Well, it seems like Wargaming is introducing once again a Russian medium collector tank, the Tier 10, and even if it seems more than welcome, you are gonna soon realize that it's just a plain copy-paste of all the other. But let's not lose too much time and jump directly into the gambling section of that video. Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to try to gamble a little bit for the OBJ.907 followed by the review of it. And the first thing to notice is that Wargaming really needs money because the crate price actually increased. Just take a look at that. 10 freaking euros for one crate only. This is wild because it means that if you only buy this offer to get the tank and you're unlucky and you don't manage to get it because the drop chance is only 5%, then the tank will cost you a total of 250 euros, which is insane. It's an insane price, and I'm afraid that for this price, Wargaming will probably make something completely broken, or at least hype it as broken, in order for you to want to gamble to get it, because yeah, 250 euros, that's quite a lot. When it comes to the statistics, I feel like the best way for us to understand what this tank is capable of is probably comparing it to the most broken Russian tank there is in the game at the moment, which is also a collectible, the T-22 Medium. Basically, when we take a look at the gun, you will see that you have 3.2k DPM, 5.78 seconds of reload, and 0.28 of gun accuracy. For the exact same equipment, the 907 have globally the exact same statistics, but still a worse reload. So in definitive, when it comes to the gun, the T-22 Medium is still winning. Now, of course, if we compare the mobility, the 907 will win because out of all the Russian mediums, this one is the most mobile. That features 60 kilometers per hour maximum as a top speed, whereas on the T-22 Medium, for example, it's only going to be around 5 kilometers or 55 kilometers, so 5 kilometers less. But unlike the T-22 Medium that is known for its amazing armor that kind of makes it completely broken, the 907 really struggles when it comes to its armor profile. First of all, when we take a look at the hull, you will see that it seems quite easy to penetrate because you see that only 225 millimeters of armor, which is a value pretty much everyone, tier 9 included, can penetrate. On top of that, but here it's logic, the lower plate is only 120 millimeters. Now for the rest of the armor, unlike a T-22 Medium that features spaced armor and therefore making it nearly impossible to penetrate on the side, here let's say that you are quite exposed, or at least it seems like you are quite exposed, because you can actually angle that tank or side scrape a little bit as long as you don't do it too much. Obviously, if you try to angle a little bit like that, which is the perfect position for a T-22 Medium, here you are definitely gonna get wrecked. So it seems like you have the exact same side armor as a T-62A or an OBJ.140. If you're lucky enough, people will probably shoot at those area right there, but don't trust them too much. You're still gonna get destroyed. But what amazes me the most is possibly this. You have two cupolas sitting at 187 millimeters, which makes it easy to penetrate. But most importantly, just take a look at that turret. That turret is freaking easy to penetrate. It seems like they took the OBJ.140 turret and placed it on a collector tank. With this, you are nearly not going to be able to bounce anything when it comes to gold shell. Every single tank destroyer can penetrate you. Every single heavy using gold shell, same, and exact same for medium. Lights. What I mean is everyone will be able to completely wreck you when they shoot at the side. On top of that, you have a roof right there that can be penetrated, but you gotta be really lucky to shoot just at that area, just that layer of armor, because otherwise, if you go right there, it's becoming impossible to penetrate. One last thing to notice about the 907, the T22 medium features only 6 degrees, whereas the 907 has 7 degrees of gun depression, which is definitely gonna make it worth it. Because actually, when you are using everything you can, aka the hull down method, you will see that sooner or later your armor profile is gonna increase, at least right there on the upper part of the hull. It's still not gonna be enough for you to be able to bounce shells coming from tank destroyers, but it can improve a little bit your armor profile on the turret. But you are still quite exposed, so yeah, definitely the armor on this thing is a downside. So, if I had to really compare that tank or sum up the comparison between the OBJ.907 and the T22 medium, I would say that for those of you out there that already own the T22 medium, it's not worth getting the 907, because that tank has basically a little bit more mobility, 1 more degree of gun depression, but for the rest, the armor profile kind of sucks and you can get easily penetrated. And on top of that, let's say that, yeah, I don't see the point of having it when you have the T22 medium, because the 907 at the moment is crazy expensive. So if you really want to get it, you should definitely wait a little bit for Wargaming to either reduce the price when it comes back in crates or wait for a direct bundle for you to get it, because otherwise not worth it, especially for the price. One last thing that I can't tell you using the 907 because it's in battle and I just got completely wrecked, but that's not the subject. What you want to do is the exact same as the T22 catchable. You want to literally get the exact same items or equipments that I'm using, especially the calibrated shell, because otherwise it's impossible for you with your gold shell to penetrate your targets using the 907. Now, let's roll into a replay. So, concerning the tank itself, after playing it 2 or 3 battles, I gotta say, it's really a huge gap between the mobility of the T62A, the OBJ.140, or the T22 medium and this one. This one feels more like a Russian Leopard 1, which makes it interesting enough for you to buy it, but I still want to mark my point. You should definitely wait for it to come in direct bundle, because otherwise it's not worth it. What amazes me the most about this tank is its ability to retreat when needed. And obviously when you have a tank that can retreat whenever it needs to, it means that you don't have the best armor at all. And this is not necessarily something boring or irritating about the tank, because you can still definitely do your game. But it requires you to play not so aggressively. Unlike a T62A or an OBJ.140 that could maybe hold the ground and try to brawl against others, this one is definitely not made for that. What you want to do is waiting for the rest of your team, trying to spot why not, but always stay on the second line. This is not a medium with which you're going to have a lot of fun going straight in. It's not made for it. That being said, what you want to do is playing it sneaky. You want to circle, you want to make sure that you're not the main target of your opponents, and if you do that, you should be pretty fine. Unfortunately, with this one, hull down is not working, side scrape is not working. All you can count on is your mobility combined with your crazy reload time. So what you want to do is always aiming at the tracks like I did with the WZ-121 here, and try to track them down before they can shoot at you and before their guns can even turn on you. As you can see right there, as I'm right around the corner trying to untrack the WZ, it worked 2 times because the guy couldn't shoot at me and decided to go for another target. And this is pretty much what you want to do with this one. You want to be the invisible enemy, the kind of mosquito that is going to bite again and again and again the opponents until they are either all dead or all no life. But don't try to tank shots at all, it's not gonna work. So now you see that you're going to see what I told you, the fact that you can retreat quite fast. Just take a look at that against the the AMX. I literally climbed up to 60 kilometers per hour within 10 seconds, which is a huge gap considering the average Russian medium engine. So yeah, in a way, this tank is kind of new because it allows us to get some fresh air toward the fact that the Russians were kind of the exact same tanks again and again. Here it seems to be a little bit different and it's more more than welcome. So there we go, there is the AV, we're sneaking 2 shots, and now we're pushing back. As you can see, and you're gonna see through the whole replay, or maybe you can't see it because I'm actually equipping it, but the calibrated shell is really helping me a lot on this one. Of course, I can still not penetrate an E100, especially when it's angled, but hey, at least I can still do the job. So yeah, I wanted to go for the AMX, but that E100 that aimed this shot pissed me off, so instead I decided to go for him. And you're gonna see again the amazing mobility allowing us to circle quite easily the E100. He's even gonna try to block us, but yeah, a pinch of salt and that's it. We are on his other side. We destroy the guy and now we wait for the AMX M454 that is pushing us. So there we go. Is he gonna be here? Yes, he is. We sneak our first shot. The guy obviously managed to sneak or land another one. We're going in. Boom, a second one. And can we finish him off before my allies arrive? I'm gonna switch to hit just to be sure because that tank is crazy in terms of armor, and boom, that's it. We got the victory and we got ourselves the mighty ace tanker. So in definitive, we have ourselves a really mobile tank that can do the job on the battlefield as long as you don't try to brawl and you don't try to be in the main fight. That's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share, and I will try maybe to do another review of the 907 a little bit after, but here I was a little bit in the rush. I did an ace tanker and I played it well, so I said, you know what, it's gonna be enough. Hopefully you enjoy. If that's the case, you know what to do, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video.